And I just pushed that button, so I need you to just pause, okay? Do a couple of things for me. If you can listen in real time, sit back, lean back. In fact, you can go now. You can drop your phone and go right to your TV, pick up that remote, and we are now on your player devices, smart speakers, and all that other good stuff. I would love for you to check us out on the Amazon Fire TV stick. And I think on the game systems and all that, you'll be surprised and amazed. Not just the podcast, but when we're live in the kitchen and when we're out in the city. If you want to lean back, drop your phone, pick up your remote, and just lean back. Find us on the Facebook Watch. Find us on the YouTube, on all those other different places. But listen, this is where we stop. Now we're gonna be a little bit airy today because I'm doing it open air, meaning I don't have my headset or my mic. So you're gonna hear the dog wrestling and all that kind of stuff. Because this is our daily living daily podcast, and I've been trying to figure out what to call this thing. And daily living, living daily living. I don't know. That's it. It's just it's a daily thing, y'all. If I wake up with a breath of life and I see the sun come through yonder window, whether it's for the storm or what, we stop and we talk through what does this day mean? What does this day mean? How are we going to talk ourselves out of bed, encourage ourselves, seek a moment of gratification, not gratification, well, that too, but gratefulness. Seek a moment of gratefulness. And I'm going to share this thing around because I have told you to go to all those different places that you can find it. This is where we're going to have, oh my God, direction. I want to pick up on yesterday's topic because it's kind of, it went not necessarily broad, but I keep trying to get to the core of things. And oftentimes, especially now, when you are headed off to conferences, you're headed off to your associations, you're headed off to all those different things, trying to get in mentors, industry events, and things, and you're trying to get in proximity to where it is you think your life is supposed to be. And start off with your day. And let's talk about a little bit of FOMO. So I'm going to write down, proximity. But okay, second word I said there was a little bit of FOMO. Let's talk about a little bit of FOMO, that fear of missing out. Some of you're looking at your timeline, you're seeing people drop all kind of amazing, great content. You're probably thinking, man, if I just had more time, if I just had this and that, I could find time, because I could do those things too. A lot of times, that's us every day. That's the human nature. Human nature. Whoa, where is my Facebook done changed again? I updated my older phone here, and it's got a whole different kind of. I thought it was going to update to the Facebook on the other stuff. It updated to a whole different one. FOMO, fear of missing out. I dealt with a great deal of FOMO in the last couple of years because I've always been able to be kind of on the beginning of a frontier, launching stuff, starting stuff, and all that. And I had to just put everything on autopilot, and just let it I had to take it one day at a time. And that's why I love this podcast. Let me go. I'm trying to figure out where am I going? I'm going to go over here to the How to Get Out of Bed page and get that shared. So I'm going to be a little bit sporadic right now as I try to do this and get everybody on and say good morning to some people. So if you're catching this on the replay, to always fast forward through some of this stuff here at the beginning. All this uncertainty. Oh, that's a word. So I'm doing a couple shares and sharing it out as a watch party. You should be as busy sharing as I am right now. You should be as busy sharing, hitting the share button, the like buttons, and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to get into proximity. Let's see here. I'm going to mute that. I'm going to mute this one. Leave that for now. And then I'm going to share it one more time. Hopefully I can do this at the same time. Let's see. Okay, no. I got to go over here and do it on this other one. This one will let me do. Oh, this is one. Okay. I know. This is what happens. This is what it takes. I know, because you're like, I want a podcast, and then you're like, wait, what is all that she's doing? Let me tell you, honey. Okay, so FOMO was the first word that came out, meaning that you are looking all up and down your timeline. You're comparing your calendar, your life, your everything to what's going on. And then I want to talk about, yesterday we talked about proximity, but we had to address issues of safety because there were a number of people who did all those things that we're trying to get ourselves to do. There were a number of people who did all that stuff, and then yesterday, I just remember coming home yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, your safety is a real thing. Worrying about trying to get, because there's nothing like um, getting out there and getting started, and then you're in this proximity to unsafe thing. I uttered the word proximity yesterday because that was our exercise yesterday, y'all, was to gauge what our proximity is, to what it is we need to be close to, what some of the things we don't need to be close to, So yesterday I was mindful, write that down, mindful, because that's what this is all about. And you start, and I don't like to use it so much because it's clearly a buzzword, but it's an action word. Being mindful. People are mindful eating, they're mindful drinking, they're mindful and exercise, they're mindful in self care, mindful. I was mindful yesterday of my proximity as I went about my days. First thing I was like mindful. Okay, the proximity of the bills is like I was looking for. I wanted this gadget, not gadget, but I wanted this piece of technology, and so I had the time yesterday to delve into the use of that technology, and I'm thinking, I think this is going to work. So I went out and I was checking some of the resources, see was it available, and this is why retail stores are shutting the hell down. This is why they are closing, because they are not in proximity to what the things that we need today. So I did all this research, online, which I should have just went ahead and ordered it online. I probably could have had it today or just in a matter of hours yesterday. But no, I'm like, okay, I'll just run to the store. Run to the store. They have a couple of branches all around me. I'm gonna run and get it. So I go a couple of places and it's out, quote unquote, out of stock. Oh, we can get it for you. We can get. I'm like, yeah, I could have did that. So then I found it, and literally in a conversation with the store clerk, they're telling me I could probably get it cheaper somewhere. There's probably another alternative because they have one, but they can't find the one so that I could test it out before I buy that one. And all kind of problems are ensuing on me. And these stores, it's like you go in, they've got the product, but their job is to sell you all this other stuff around the product. I'm like, can you just put that in my hand, and I just go ahead and walk out and I go on about my business. But their job is so like, you got one, but you technically can't let me have it because your job is to, I didn't even turn this thing on the other one. Lord Jesus, I tell y'all, all this time I have been podcasting. This week alone, every time I push this button, there are things that are not getting done. I'm like, why is this not on here? I keep losing platforms, but anyway, let me just keep going because I'll come back and replay it for them. That's the blessing of this thing. So I'm like, okay, the salesperson is holding one in her hand, and it's not at the price point I want it, but I'm like, it's when I'm the go, I can be sold, but she doesn't have it in her to get me sold because her job is not to sell me that particular merchandise. That's not what they do in the store, right? Otherwise, she would have brought it out, put it in my hand, rung it up, and I would have been on my way. She's got to try to figure out how to move me from this price point into a plan to go along with it and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I just want the device. I can, and then, she literally ends up coming out of her mouth is that there are other alternatives. I don't need that. She really was like, you don't need this. Don't buy this. I don't know if it was my universe that was conflicted with her job of her. My universe and my guardian angels would not let her take advantage of the situation because it was not a product I needed. Like, I would love to have it today for things I need to do today and tomorrow. But then, you know what? Why? I got other priorities. I am in proximity to other priorities. Write that down. Proximity priorities. I got other priorities right now. Right? Even though that's on the priority list, I have other priorities. I'm in proximity to my priorities, right? And proximity to our priorities keeps us from being in proximity to other things that get us in trouble. Okay, so yesterday, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into this conversation. We'll come back and gather the others. So thank you guys, those of you that are coming on and liking, loving it. So yesterday, I wrote down some words that we didn't get a chance to really get to because we had to. We talked about safety. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put safety on that page. And rarely do I go back and revise, but because we talked about, we started trying to think of how do we get into the associations we need to be in. How do we really truly identify our industry? What about mentors? We talked about events, conferences, peace of mind, and what has us exposed, right? So what has us exposed part is what we kind of got caught up on because yesterday was really come Monday. I'm telling you, yesterday was really a day for us to think about our safety because safety, along with health and a couple other things, and how to get out of bed. Safety is right there with how to get out of bed so that we can go off and enjoy these things. There's nothing worse than going off into a conference or traveling and coming home and your home, so things have happened in your neighborhood or in your home or to your person, to you, those kinds of things. Knowing where you're going. We talked about all that. People are traveling right now. Everybody's doing the going to the gig economy instead of going through traditional sources. You know, you are ordering all this merchandise and things like that coming to your house. You know, let's say that if I did go ahead and order that, and then the delivery just dropped it on the steps, and then it was gone. Somebody took it, you know, and those kinds of things. So you got to make sure that you are in proximity. Like we have in my community, we have Amazon locker situation, right? And I don't order a lot of Amazon, but then I was like, wait a minute, that was just so. When I did order something and got the notification, hey, your product is in the locker. It's like go right to the locker and get it. I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool and convenient. That's what's missing. Proximity to convenience, y'all. I'm gonna write that down too. I'm loving words today. Convenience. Yesterday, shopping for this product that I need in order to take all of this to another level, right? I wouldn't have to worry about the fact that I left off a platform if I had that technology or something used in that manner. But I could not get things at a convenience yesterday. Convenience would have meant staying at home on the couch, looking online, doing my research, and just ordering it. Just ordering the one that I'm going to the store saying, do you have this one at this price? And they're like, no, the one we have is 4 times that and probably the one you want. Not at 4 times the price. That ain't even nowhere near the one I want, right? And so I ended up coming home empty-handed because commerce, retail is just not at that point. It's just not at that point of really truly servicing our needs. We went to, my daughter wanted to stop and get something to eat. We stopped and get something to eat. She was like, oh wait, they pulling everybody over. They pulling everybody up. Like they weren't prepared. I'm like, you sell burgers. You simply sell burgers and you got 3 cars waiting on what you sell. Who does that? Why are we at this point? And retail is like, oh man, you know, we're facing a doom and a death. You know, I was talking with somebody this weekend about the local paper. She was like, and clearly, I think I said hello, and next thing you know, we're in this deep conversation about local news. Why is this thing not charging? Hold on, let me give you guys some electricity. And so we were in a deep discussion about what people are searching for. I'm like, we're at a time. Hold on, guys. I am like in bed. Just know that, and I gotta get out of bed and plug you guys up. Okay, it's just one of those days.